Racism in school. In today's issue, we go into a very important yet controversial topic, racism. Whether you see it or not, racism is still in our society, even in our youth in schools. Racism in school hinders education and takes away from students' will to learn. Today we look into 4 stories of how students have been affected by racism at their schools. Racism. The belief that there are characteristics, abilities, or qualities specific to each race. This generalization places people in categories, which is never good, as every person is different and should be judged on their own merits. The causes of racism. It is human nature to generalize specific groups based on appearance. Humans tend to discriminate or mistreat unfamiliar groups due to fear. The social nature of humans creates a sense of familiarity to those that seem similar in appearance. The effects of racism in school. Racism can create ongoing feelings of sadness, anger, and depression for those who face it. Racism can create a constant fear of being harassed. Racism lowers student performance, participation rates, and weakens will to learn. On today's issue, we travel to Springfield, Missouri to interview Missouri State University student, Hunter Park, on his racist actions. Springfield, Missouri, population 159,498, nicknamed the birthplace of Route 66, and home to Missouri State University, the center of this investigation. This is the Missouri State campus, desolate after student Hunter Park made racist threats towards black students on social media site, Yik Yak. Yik Yak is a phone app that allows users to post anonymous messages that can be seen by anyone within a 10-mile radius. This feature has made Yik Yak very popular on college campuses in recent years. Hunter Park was arrested for making terrorism threats against black students at Missouri State. His threat, shown above, states that he will
stand my ground tomorrow and shoot every black person I see.
We interviewed 2 students from Missouri State about how they felt about the incident.
After they said that they had someone in custody, I felt more comfortable about coming to class.
It surprised me how someone from this campus would go to great lengths just to terrorize and just scare a bunch of other students from another campus.
Many black students at Missouri State have said they feel unsafe on campus. One graduate student went on hunger strike. More than 30 members of the football team joined the protest. For now, Hunter Park remains in custody, and the Missouri State campus is calm. Next on today's issue, we travel to Boston, Massachusetts to investigate a racist incident at Boston Latin School. Boston, Massachusetts, the 24th largest city in the United States, population of 655,888, one of the oldest cities in the US, and home to the prestigious Boston Latin School, the site of our next investigation. The campus of Boston Latin has been a center of controversy recently. There have been allegations of multiple racial incidents involving both faculty and students. One such incident involves a female black student who claims that a male white student threatened her with violence and racial slurs. Multiple incidents similar to this one have occurred at Boston Latin, some including staff. We interviewed 2 leaders of a black student rights movement at Boston Latin.
#BlackAtBLS when you're the only black student in your AP US history course, and when slavery comes up, they all turn to you.
#BlackAtBLS when people can walk in the halls saying without fear of being reprimanded.
#BlackAtBLS when your white peers are using Twitter and Facebook to put out racial slurs and negative things about students of color, and you print out the tweets and give them to your headmaster in a binder, and then she does nothing about it. #BlackAtBLS.
Boston Latin headmaster Lynn Mooney Tita says she will not be resigning but instead focusing more than ever before to improve racial climate at Boston Latin. Racism is a problem in the school environment as it greatly affects the educational experience. Racism can cause fear and terror into those affected. Racism can mentally weaken victims, and can create feelings of sadness, anger, and depression. Take a stand for racial equality. Let your voice be heard. As always, this has been today's issue.
Turn down for what?